All right, it is 1 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those who are tuning in live, or if you will be watching this later, hello and welcome. My name is Courtney Bishop, and I am a registered yoga teacher out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm also a strength and conditioning coach, and I work with a wide variety of athletes and clients. Thank you for joining me today. This is going to be about a 55-minute yoga flow. Instagram Live actually cuts me off at an hour, so I have a laptop to keep me conscious of the time to make sure that I don't go over that time frame so that I can post it for you guys for later viewing. So today's class is going to begin with a guided meditation, and then we will move into a slow flow practice. I don't know where you all might be tuning in from, but it has been, let's say, a heavy weekend here in Grand Rapids. So I just want to allow any participants today to give yourself some time and space for connecting with your breath, some internal reflection, just to be blatant about. We had a riot in Grand Rapids, Michigan last night, and there were protestings over what happened in Minneapolis. So that's why I'm saying that it feels kind of heavy today. So I hope that, this class can help to bring some healing to you personally and some deep reflection that is necessary work for everyone, no matter your race. So let's begin. One last thing I want to mention, if you are new to my yoga classes, please be mindful of any poses that we do. So if something is causing pain for you, feel free to get out of that position, maybe take a child's pose or just lay on your back in a shavasana, whatever's comfortable. We want to feel and acknowledge what's going on in our bodies, but not push into any pain. This next 55-minute flow is dedicated to you, so I would like you to get out of it what you need. So let's go ahead and begin in a child's pose position. What that will look like is you are just going to have your hands reached out in front of you, sit your hips back onto your heels, rest your forehead on your mat, and just start to get connected with your breath here. I'm going to stay seated just to take you through a short guided meditation to begin before we get flowing. So get nice and comfortable. Find a position that you can remain in stillness. Start to take note of the breath here. Notice if it is short and shallow, and try to bring length and calmness to it. As you get deeper into stillness, start to notice the different sensations that you feel in your body. Maybe you feel your heartbeat in your chest. Maybe you feel the rise and fall in your chest of your breath. Maybe you feel tingling sensations in your fingers. maybe you notice the tension around your face. Just start to become aware of the whole body and what you are experiencing. As we are in this child's pose, grounding type of position, start to feel yourself connected to the floor. Notice if you are putting pressure into the floor or if the floor is more so holding you. Start to become aware of the sensations around you, so outside of the body. What are the sounds that you hear? Watch your awareness as it goes in and out of the body. What do you notice that is happening in life that is bigger than you and outside of yourself? Tune into your senses and notice if there's any smells in the air or maybe taste in your mouth. Just trying to become more connected to the present moment of your entire experience. Feel the breath of life in your body expanding bigger and breathing into either the whole room that you're in, or feel the flow of the breath of life expanding into the whole world. Feel this breath connect you to something bigger than yourself. Sometimes we become a little delusional that we want to control every little aspect of our own lives personally. We want to control other people, change their minds, change their beliefs. But when we come to our breath, we realize it's this involuntary action that happens. We start to realize that maybe everything happening around us in the world is not entirely in our control. When we start to feel that we need to simply let go and stop trying to micromanage every little thing and just have trust and faith. Take a few more rounds of breath here. Start to bring your awareness back into your body as we get ready to move through our yoga flow. And again, as we move through our practice today, just remember to stay in touch with what you are feeling mentally, what you're experiencing emotionally, and everything beyond just the physical. So from your child's pose position, we'll move up into a tabletop and start to find a little bit of movement through the spine here. So on your inhale, look up towards the sky, reach that tailbone up. And on your exhale, tuck the tailbone under, pull that core up and in. Reach the chin all the way to the chest. Breathe out completely before you move back into your inhale. Make sure to move with your own breath here. Get more connected to your own body. Next time you find yourself in a neutral position, stay in that tabletop and slowly shift your weight into opposite arm and opposite leg. And we're going to extend the limbs off the ground that is not stabilizing us, and just feel that core connection as you extend your body nice and long. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, lower back down to the mat, and then switch sides. Again, moving with your own breath here. A couple more rounds on each side, nice and controlled. Last time here. Sit your hips back onto your heels so that your torso is upright. And on your inhale, raise your left arm up to the sky. Take a breath in. And reach across your body for a side bend stretch. Come back through center and we'll switch sides, reaching up on the inhale. Right arm all the way up to the sky this time. And then exhale, reach across. Flowing back through center. Take a rejuvenating breath in. And get all that stale energy out on your exhale. Come back through center one last time. Big breath in. Exhale it out, let it all go. Come back up to the top. Take one full breath in. Both arms reach all the way up to the sky. And on your exhale, reach your arms back slightly behind you and just start to imagine peeling that chest open to get a slight back bend here. You can reach your hands all the way back to the floor behind you. If you would like, go a little bit further into this. Taking a couple more rounds of breath. Open up that heart. And on your exhale, start to reach your hands back forward. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up to the sky, moving into our first downward dog here. In downward dog, I like my students to have the opportunity to free flow. So maybe you shift coming up onto your toes, pushing your chest through to get some range of motion in the shoulders. Lifting your feet up towards the sky, stretching those hamstrings and those hips open. Feel free to play around, find what feels good for your body. Coming back into a still downward dog. Reach those heels towards the ground. Take a full breath in here. Exhale it out completely. Another breath in. Exhale it out. One more breath in. Come up onto your toes. As you exhale, slight bend at the knees. Start to look in between your hands towards the top of your mat. Once you get empty, hop, step, or jump to where you're looking. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Reach all the way to the top, big breath in. Hands come into prayer, exhale. Reach all the way up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step or hop back to low plank on your exhale. Upward dog, big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Fill all the way up. Let it go. Breathe in. Exhale. A final breath in here. Come up onto your toes. Slight bend at the knees. Get all that air out. Hop, step, or jump to the top. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Exhale. Reach tall. Breathe in. Slight back bend. Again, peel that chest open. Breath out. One more breath in here. Let it go. Step that right foot back this time for warrior one. Our right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Reach tall, hips are facing square forward. Big breath in. Exhale to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, breathe in. Windmill your arms back to the top, breath out. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breath out. Reach tall, breathe all the way in. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step your left foot back this time for warrior one. And on your breath in, reach tall. Exhale to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, a full breath in. Exhale, windmill those arms back to the top. Step to the top of your mat. Let all that air out ragdoll. Slight bend at the knees. Bind at your elbows. Let go the back of your neck and start to sway side to side here. Let that breath be heavy. Imagine as if you are trying to fog up a mirror on your exhales. Just let that air out. Let go of all that stress, all of that frustration. Everything that you're holding on to from this week that's not serving you, let it go. Take one more breath in here. A final breath out. Step your right foot to the back of your mat and open up your hips to the right. This time you're going to leave your left hand on the ground. Shift your hips to the left. Reach that right arm all the way up to the sky. Breathe through this twist. Reach as you inhale, and as you exhale, try to rotate a little bit deeper through the rib cage. One more breath in. Exhale. Coming back down through center. Reach both hands to the floor. Just stay in this wide leg forward fold for a few rounds of breath. Feel the back body start to open up here. Always making adjustments for what you need for your body. On your next inhale, shift your hips to the right slightly this time. Keep that right hand on the floor. Reach all the way up to the sky. One more breath in here. Exhale, find a little bit deeper of a twist. Reach back through to center. And then slowly roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. So drop the head all the way down. And feel your spine as you roll all the way up. We'll move into a balance pose. So place your weight all the way into your left foot here. You can have a slight bend at the knee joint. That helps so that your muscle takes a little bit more of the work rather than all of the bones in your joints. And then we're going to take our right foot, place it either at your ankle, right below the knee joint, or above the knee joint. We're going to find a tree balance pose here. Place your hands either at your heart, or you can choose to reach up and out to grow your tree. Or you can bind with your hands behind your back, reaching for your elbows. Find a position that works for you, and then start to take several rounds of breath here. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Slowly lower that foot, and then we'll switch sides, bringing the right foot to a stable standing position, and then bring that left foot so that you're either at the ankle, below the knee joint, or above. And notice that one side might be easier for you to balance on than the other. So if you need to do a different position on the side with the foot on top or whatever, the bent knee, feel free to do that. So again, find a comfortable hand position on this side as well. Start to connect with your center here and your core. Just finding stillness. Finding some calm among the chaos. Take one more inhale. Exhale it out. Slowly coming out of that position. We'll move into another balancing pose. This time we're going to raise our right leg off the ground, standing back on that left foot, standing at the top of your mat here. And for this pose, you can either reach your arms up, just feel the work again in your core, at your center, or if you'd like, you can bind at the knee and open up that leg. So grabbing onto the leg is going to help in that balance, or keep the arms lifted here. Take one more breath in. Pull that knee back into center if you opened up your knee. And then on your exhale, shift that foot so it's floating behind you into an airplane. Reach the arms back next to your sides, palms facing the ground. Again, focusing on your center here. Taking one more breath in. On your exhale, reach your hands to the ground. Let that back foot float a little bit higher by bringing your rib cage closer to your standing thigh. Find some length through the back of that flying foot. Feel your whole body energized here. Everything connected and working. Breathing through. One more breath in. And exhale, drop that foot back down to the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Reach back up to the top, breath in. Exhale, open at the chest. Reach back up to the sky, breathe in. Hands to prayer, exhale. Shifting your weight onto your right foot this time. Bringing your knee up, either reaching your arms to the sky, or you can choose to bind for this extended leg raise position. So whatever you feel called is right for you today. Again, feel the energy in that foot of the lifted leg. Feel the energy all in your core working. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, bring that knee back into center and then float that foot behind you, reaching back. Dropping that chest slightly closer to that standing thigh to find a little bit more lift in that back leg. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, reach those arms to the ground. Let that back foot float a little higher. breath in. Exhale, lower that foot. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Step your left foot back and then come down into a half pigeon on the right side. So in this half pigeon, we will start in tall arms, and then as we take more and more rounds of breath, we will fold our chest forward to the ground, and the focus here is to get a stretch in the outside of that right hip. So again, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can also take a half pigeon on your back, bringing the right foot on top of the left thigh, either grabbing onto the shin here or reaching through the legs. That's still going to hit the back of the right thigh. We'll stay in this half pigeon for several rounds of breath. The reason being, I know that many of you who usually come to my yoga classes are lifters, and a lot of lifters have tight hips. That's reason one. Reason number two, a lot of people hold stress for non-physical reasons other than lifting in their hips, maybe emotional or mental reasons. Stress we can unconsciously hold by clenching in our hips. So find a comfortable position, and as you relax and let go more, start to drop your chest closer to the ground. Really notice in this position if and where you are holding tension. And try to imagine softening in those areas. Make sure you are not resisting in this pose. Just try to relax. Take one more full breath in here. Get completely empty. Slowly come out of that position, back into tall arms. Nice and careful, coming through center. And we'll switch to the other side. So extend the right leg behind you this time. The left knee is bent. And start to make your way down into that forward fold position. Again, taking your time here. Again, remember, if one side feels not as comfortable as the other, feel free to modify, maybe taking it on your back. In this restorative pose, bring awareness to the spaces between your inhale and exhale. See if you can find a little bit more of a pause between them. Take one last round of breath here. Slowly coming out of that position, switching towards the middle, and we'll go into a frog pose. So in this position, we have our toes turned out slightly and come down onto your forearms. You can choose to stack your fists and then place your forehead on top of the stacked fists. If the forward fold is a little much here, a lot on your groin, you can always choose to stay in long arms and put more pressure into your upper body so that you're not having to put as much into your groin area if it's really tight. But breathe into those tight areas. Imagine them softening and opening up. Taking a final round of breath in this frog pose. As you're ready, coming back up into tall arms, and then finding your way onto your back. Slow and controlled, roll yourself down. And then bring your knees into your chest. Allow your knees to drop to the right side. Open your arms up into a T position. And then look your gaze over towards your left hand. Feel that almost wringing out motion of the spine. Many of us fail to do twisting motions in our everyday life. So getting that spine moving can feel almost rejuvenating in a way. Just getting some blood flow through that area. If you want, you can extend the leg in this twisted position and reach for your foot. Just allow your body to twist a little bit more. Coming back through to center. Take a full breath in between. And then when you're ready, switching sides, dropping those knees down to the left, and then dropping your gaze to the right. If it helps you in yoga, I like to recommend closing your eyes at different points just to take that sense of sight out of it, especially for those of us who may struggle with body image. It can help to remove that judgment towards our bodies and focus more on what we are feeling within them. Take one more round of breath in this twist. And after you've gotten completely empty, bring those knees back into center, and we'll move into a happy baby. So what that is grabbing onto the insides, grabbing onto your big toes or onto the insides of your feet, allowing your hips to open, externally rotate here, and then just rocking back and forth side to side. Massage that low back into the ground after we did quite a bit of forward folding. Maybe you choose to close your eyes here. Just checking in with your body before we get into our final pose of Shavasana. As you're ready, you can release at the feet. Extend those legs nice and long on the ground out in front of you. Either reach your palms up towards the ceiling, out to your sides, or you can even have your hands overhead to get a little bit more of a chest opener here. Whatever feels best for you today. And just start to let your body feel heavy and start to get grounded again with the floor. There's no more work left to be done. Just let everything in your body relax and let go. Simultaneously, feel your body heavy into the floor, but soften everything so it's nice and relaxed. And just let yourself be. Start to bring a little bit of movement to your fingers and your toes. As you're ready, roll yourself over onto your right side into a comfortable position, taking a couple more rounds of breath here. And then as you're ready, making your way up into a seated position to finish out our practice. Taking one full round of breath here together. Bring your hands into your heart, and we bow to honor the light in one another. We bow to honor ourselves for showing up today, to make time and space to just let ourselves be. And we honor by saying namaste. So thank you all for joining me today. I did want to just let you guys know, if you are local next Sunday, well, and if you're tuning in virtually, next Sunday I will not be on here virtually because I will be doing yoga at the park. So if you are local to GR, I will be at Riverside Park next weekend. I'll be creating a Facebook group, so be on the lookout for that. It will be capped at 10 people, including myself, so that means 9 students. So if you are interested in doing some socially distant outdoor yoga, be sure to comment on the event or message me to secure your spot. I hope this practice today brought you some personal healing. I hope you can carry the mindful state that you achieved throughout practice today on with you as you move forward. Please remember to be gentle with yourself during these times. Have forgiveness with yourself and with the people around you, because we are stronger when we work together. So take care and have a lovely rest of your weekend. Happy Sunday, guys.